on that Kobel save we had just a moment or two ago. Think of one of the number of Courtois saves that you saw from Szoboszlai last night from the right side of the penalty, a hit towards the far corner, goalkeeper fully extended away to the right-hand side.
You've got to get the distance on it.
Any of the double figure saves that Thibaut Courtois made last night. And Gregor Kobel at the moment is on course for it because he's made 3 or 4 good ones already here. Here's O'Reilly up towards halfway towards Doku, who turns away well from Rios and who's pulled up after that and gone down. And temporarily Borussia Dortmund are down to 10 men here with the Norwegian going down. Now here they come again charging forward, but that's a good challenge. And they've won the ball back and they will move forward downfield, but they do have the player down, and that's why they're going to surely put out of play. Svensson is looking and saying to the referee, I will put the ball out of play. Doku locked up with Rios, and as he tried to pull back, something just seemed to give behind the knee in the right leg, hamstring maybe, or something in the knee, but it doesn't look good for him.
Yeah, he looks really discomforted. He's a pretty tough character, Riosson. And it's been quite an even battle with Doku, certainly a lot more even than it has been on the other flank with Savinho. And Riosson's the guy you bring in when you know that you're going to be on the back foot at times. He's the guy who's much more defensively minded than somebody like Jan Koto. Very solid professional.
Well, Jan Koto, of course, was part of that excellent performance in Copenhagen, wasn't he, on match day, on match day 3.
So if you think you're going to be on the front foot with loads of the ball, you go for Koto. If you're not, you go for Riosson.
Hello, Rob.
Yeah, let's do the scores elsewhere in the Champions League while we have a break in Manchester. It's Inter 0, Cairo Almaty 0, Marseille 0, Atalanta 0 after Charles de Ketelara's penalty was saved brilliantly by Geronimo Rulli in goal, who'd actually given away the penalty in the first place. It's still Benfica 0, Leverkusen 0, Newcastle 1, Athletic Club 0. Dan Burns headed the difference there. Ajax 0, Galatasaray 0, and Club Brugge leading Barcelona by 2 goals to 1. Tresoldi put them ahead, made by Carlos Forbes. Ferran Torres levelled swiftly. Then Tresoldi and Forbes linked up again, this time Forbes scoring. So right now at the Jan Bredel Stadion, it is Club Brugge 2, Barcelona 1. Earlier on today, by the way, Karabakh 2, Chelsea 2. We'll talk about that at half-time. And Paphos with an amazing victory. They've beaten Villarreal by 1-0 tonight.
As somebody who's had 15 knee operations, I could tell you what happened to Julian Riosson there.
Yeah, I thought you were feeling it there.
His knee sort of jars as it hits the turf, and sort of as the weight goes forward on it, it all sort of locks up and jars, and it's a very sore one. What you would say is it won't take him out of the game. It's immediately sore and discomforting, but after a few minutes it should free itself up and he'll be okay.
I was worried about you jarring yours on the floor of the commentary position.
I know, I was actually going through exactly what he's been through. Yes,
stamping in solidarity. I might have to move.
I feel every knee injury personally that's suffered by footballers, having gone through them myself. Here are Manchester City with the ball on the halfway line. There's 37 minutes exactly played in the city of Manchester Stadium, and from the start of the game when Borussia Dortmund had all the ball, it's completely turned around now, and Manchester City are playing some beautiful football, free flowing downfield. Haaland on the right side of the penalty area, chips it across goal, and it comes all the way through, curled across. Again, it was O'Reilly that was arriving at the far post. It just had a little bit too much whip on it.
Yeah, they're playing some terrific football at the moment, Manchester City. They're attacking with real pace, and there's so many options for the man who's got the ball. That's the key, I think. The movement has been very good, passing's been crisp, and Borussia Dortmund have only lost once all season in all competitions. They've barely lost in 2025 under Niko Kovac, apart from the first few games, and yet City are pulling them this way and that.
Well, Manchester City have a corner. The last touch on that cross went off Riosson. Foden's corner delivered towards the near post. Guirassy heads the ball away. Back by Reinders to Foden, lovely ball, and they were queuing up to get on the end of it. Maybe too many of them got in the way of each other. You had O'Reilly, you had Stones, you had Guardiola, and in the end it just loops up off O'Reilly's head.
Yeah, I think O'Reilly was put off by his own teammate there, attacking it at the near post. But this is about very much Borussia Dortmund getting to half-time without conceding another, because Niko Kovac will have ideas on how you deal with Savinho. He'll want to reset. Might want to change a couple of things. I think there'll be elements to be really happy with.
Well, one of them will be Adeyemi, who's had a really good half, and he's charging across the Manchester City goal. He shoots left-footed, and it's a really good save by Donnarumma, called into action for the first time, low to his right-hand side, and beats the ball away. It was a brilliant bit of play by Adeyemi, quick and direct, and struck a fierce shot that Donnarumma did well to tip away. Here they come down the left-hand side with Bayer now. Inside the ball goes, and they will move again. Little pirouette turn back towards the left-hand side. Bayer with a right-footed cross, looking for Guirassy, away by Gvardiol. Foden helps it a little further away. Reinders down towards the right full-back position. And Manchester City deal with that moment of concern well, and Stones plays the ball to Doku, whose touch is a little heavy, just shy of halfway, and won back by Borussia Dortmund. Adeyemi on the right-hand side. Again faced by O'Reilly. Again cuts back onto that left foot. Support is just behind him. The cross delivered into the penalty area. It actually bounces off the legs of Mateus Nunes, but falls nicely for Donnarumma.
Sign of a really good goalkeeper, because Donnarumma's had very little to do so far, but when he was called upon, came up with a really strong reaction save, got down quickly, low, to his right-hand side. Adeyemi caught it pretty well, but it was in the goalkeeper's grasp. But this is where Adeyemi's dangerous, because if he's in the mood and he's playing well, he can really open up spaces on that side.
He was moving at such pace, Adeyemi, the ball just stopped a little on him as he was about to shoot, which meant that he sort of had to stop and reach for it a little, or sort of get it out from under his feet.